Hope you're okay overhead. Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is the Strength and Swing class, where we have our kettlebells off to the side that we'll get to shortly for some get-ups, and ultimately a big combo tonight of some clean squats and presses. So stay tuned for that. But before we pick up a bell, we better get prepared. So let's do that.
It's that bodyweight warm-up. We'll get some quick ankles going for those lunging style feet, and we'll work those hands and head next from the floor. Start with that ball of foot raise, much like a lunge foot, and just aim to be very tall on your standing leg. Then extend the hip through, straightening the knee with your hip. The knee is along for the ride. Same thing other side, ball of foot, avoid out to the side, so pull in nice and strong to the middle, and then push through. Do the same thing, a ball of foot, go to a toe point there, and just allow your toes to go over, and then back to your balls of feet. And do a couple more of those just right in a row. Breathe into that, don't let it cramp up too hard, but then extend the hip through. Repeat on the other side. Pull towards a point, that flex over the toes, back and forth. Those nice supple toes will help those balances and most other things from there. Extend those hips through. This time, let's bend the knees. Knees towards over toes. Then just lift up those heels. Descend with or without the hands. Extend those hips through. And then we'll just hinge back on those hips. Fingertips to the floor, callus lines, and hands next. In this position, look forward just casually on that extension on the neck. And then do a chin tuck, looking back towards your thumbs. Repeat once more, and with the elbows, they're straight and the fingertips were heavy. That's extension. Little flexion, meaning chin towards that sternum. And then reset somewhere in the middle. Then one last thing here, those first knuckle push-ups. So keep the hands contacted with the fingertips and callus lines, straight elbows, pat shoulders, last one or two, and then push the floor away, squeeze your butt cheeks, bring down that shield, perhaps even give yourself a little bit of a test. Then a shake. Let's go fingertips to the sides. We still set up that hip hinge the same, fingers, calluses, full hands, and then I'll push to the right and drift left, and push to the left and drift right. Preload is a big concept with the kettlebell where we just want to pick it up in a pretend fashion to figure out how heavy it is. And that preloading of the tension here is the same. Feel the ground is heavy, return to center. From this position at the head neck, let's just do a lateral bend. So an ear to shoulder the other side. Think up and over where the head moves, but the neck moves very little. This is my fourth repetition or two each. I'll return to the middle and I'll push my hands away. Squeeze my butt cheeks, brace the core a little bit, and shake out those hands. We'll be back on the hands, I'm sure, as part of a lunge. So Lauren, just take it away here. What's next?
Lunge. Is that what you were cueing me to do?
Whatever's next and then the lunge, yeah.
All right, let's do a stand-up via the ankle squat. So with our hips extended, we'll rock back, find a light balance, try to stay on those toes for a couple seconds. Can you get even higher on your toes, pushing the heels away from the floor? And then slowly bring the heels to the floor, staying as low as you can. And then gently press out of that through to tall. Give that a little shake. I'd like to start our lunges from up tall today.
Excellent.
So let's take a single leg and step it back into a lunge as if we're doing our get-up lunge. Right now we're in the high position here, which means we're pulling our front leg in, keeping that shin fairly vertical, extending that back hip. Shoulders are over top of hips and square to the front of the room. Now keep pulling the floor together. And slowly descend, pausing at your mid station, adjusting as you need. At mid station, are your hips still level and you still square? Then continue pulling and pause at the low station here for 3, 2, and then a soft landing. We're gonna push the floor forward and back, keeping the back hip extended, meaning keep it underneath us. Don't let your butt push to the back of the room. And let's find that split stance again. Now this time, peel the front heel off the floor. Pull yourself down to mid station and just hold. Then slowly descend, keeping the heel off the floor. Find that low station. Heel comes down, knee lands. One last time up to that split stance. We're just going to do a 5-second descent. So pulling the floor together underneath you. And now as we press up out of this lunge, let's think of our get up. So push forward and back. Use both legs to bring yourself through to tall. Shake it out. Same thing, other side. Step back, other leg. Square up to the front of the room. High position first, pulling the floor together. You have tension here. Then we descend to that mid station, keeping that back hip extended, staying square, and then ultimately that low station, and then soft landing. As we push forward and back, keeping the hip underneath of us, we'll rise to tall. Front heel peels up off the floor, hold high. Then pull yourself down to that mid station, keeping the heel up. Then pull yourself down to low station. Heel comes down, soft landing. We push forward and back up. And one more time, we just slowly descend. 5, 4, 3, 2, soft landing. Now use both legs to stand up, hop, together. Good. Give that a little
Let's make
shake.
a mental note that I can be in charge of the lunge the next time. That's hard. That's okay, because if we want to be able to take that tension with our body weight before we put a kettlebell under that load. And before we touch that kettlebell, let's do a quick shoulder warm up, starting with your hands facing forward, or rather palms facing forward. Then make fists with the fingers. Keep the elbows straight and bend on the wrists to have your knuckles face forward. And low tension here, but a bicep curl to that rack position. Pull the hands apart as to tauten up a rope between. Then at the shoulder blades, elevate. At the shoulder blades, pull down. And then armpits towards forward, and still pull apart that imaginary rope between your hands. Elbows reset to the body. Then point the fingers to the back wall. They start, the wrists follow, elbows are next. Lightly, shoulders together. And engage that shield and extend the shoulder, meaning reach towards behind you. Breathing, breathing. Then make fists with the fingers, and then bend on the wrists, and a bicep curl up. Now pull the armpits down this time and just go towards your safe overhead. And breathe. I don't fit on the camera, and Lauren, you're right, but that's okay. Make sure you have space overhead, but more importantly, make sure your shoulders feel okay with this. I'm shrugging both shoulders up, so shrug up those ears, or shrug up the blades towards the ears, then pull down and visualize that first kettlebell press overhead back to the rack. Then straighten out the elbows and check in. Check in with those body weight ranges first, and if that feels good, let's load it up and grab a bell.
We are going to start with a round of get-ups here. Sounds like a nice start to a workout.
Always does.
Let's do one hand, then the other hand, then the other hand, then the other hand. So 4 get-ups total, 1 each side at a time though. Come on down to the floor however you'd like.
Maybe
and
a toe
let's start,
squat.
or just however you like, and let's start in that cuddle position. So from our cuddle, we'll roll to our back, press that kettlebell, and a nice smooth get up here. Pushing to the elbow, then finding that hand. Bridge and sweep. Pushing the floor away, we end up in that lunge position where we'll use both feet to help us up. Control, back down, think that scissor tension. 1 move at a time as you go here. As you sweep, try to keep your elbow straight. Then to the elbow. And slowly press away. Pull the bell down. Return it to the cuddle. I like get-ups for just getting me ready to be underneath that load.
That's right.
As we'll be pressing next. But until then, second side, same move. Cuddle, roll, press. To the elbow. Squish the bug with that hand. Keep the elbow straight as you bridge sweep. Hand leaves floor. Square up that front foot. Hop. Keeping that bell overhead or the arm. You might be performing a body weight get up here as you get the patterning down, as you get warmed up. Don't feel that you have to use a kettlebell through this first round. And finish however you're carrying something, or whatever you're carrying something safely on the floor. 2 more.
2 more, 1 more each side. Oftentimes for me, this rep's a little bit easier. We've accustomed to the load, the movement, so press it with 2 hands, set up in your stance, and drive the hip. And then tall sit, the bridge and sweep, and press the floor away, square up that lunge, tension to stand, return to the floor. Are your knuckles pointing to the ceiling? Are you utilizing that hinge, those preloading ideas? I'm back on that elbow, and then to the floor. 2 hands on, pull it down. I was thinking about if we didn't film our practice, what would we be doing? And we'd be doing all the same things, telling ourselves the same things. We just probably won't be talking out loud as much. Let's go through that checklist. That's the press. Now this is the hip drive to the elbow. A tall sit. A sweep. A bridge. And then square up that lunge. Tall stand with your core tension. Pull down. Open up. It's that hinge. And then stack and sweep and elbow to our back. 2 hands and down. No hand get up if that's your style, or just come on up, shake it out. And let's just explore one more quick position with that kettlebell being a rack. And then we'll do one more quick squat exercise as we're doing some squats a little bit later in today's practice as well. So stand over top. And how is this going to get up there? It's that cheek clean, of course. So that would be 2 hands on.
Wait, are we racking or goblet?
Goblet, sorry.
Oh.
Goblet. And again, in this goblet, we're finding our nice high tension. So pack the shoulders, use the hinge to catch at the core, adjust your stance if you wish, and wear that rib cage slightly down and forward. A fun task extra to this could be looking through that window, squeezing your butt cheeks, maintaining your tension, and returning to the floor. Time under tension, just holding the kettlebell in a get-up or in that goblet could be where you're at today, but join us as you're allowed to with your mobility and strength.
All right.
Now clear space one last time in a squat here. So open up nice and wide. Pull yourself down, take a breath, and just pull your feet together, standing nice and tall. And then open and land and press out, squeeze those cheeks tall. Same thing, 2 more. Get comfortable with your stance, assemble fully tall, and absorb the floor. Push away to come together. And the last one, let's hang out here in that squat. Arms could be in that goblet position, making sure we're nice and strong, and then a hoop to tall, and then a shake. We'll come back to the squat a little bit later.
So for now, we're going to perform 3 rounds of pressing, hopefully a heavier kettlebell, but depends on you, as well as warming up our swings and our cleans for our future combo here.
Awesome.
So with the bell underneath you, we'll get to that rack position, and we'll start with 1 press each side, building towards 2, and then ultimately 3. If those numbers aren't for you, pick a numbers that are, but let's keep them low and heavy. Hip hinge, grip bell to that rack position, and 1 nice press, pull bell back down, 2 hands, park that bell, shake it out, repeat the same thing on the other side. So hip hinge, grip. As you press, feel that pinky drive up towards the ceiling. And then as you pull down, feel that thumb grip a little bit more. And park the bell with control. Standing up, shaking that out.
Nice.
Whether it's that bell or a different bell. Let's set up behind the bell in a single arm swing position. We'll start with Ian doing this first. 2 hikes, 2 stops, 3 continuous. So that hike pass just to the zipper for 2. Then 2 stop swings where we swing all the way through and park the bell. This encourages that nice deep hinge each time, followed by 3 continuous swings, swinging to that chest height and that strong hip drive to get you up there. If you did that with him, take a break. If not, let's go now.
Enjoy your rest. Shake it out in between, and high tension techniques if you're swinging with Lauren. So it's already been 2 hike passes, and that's 1 stop swing. So do the stop swing 1 more time. Enjoy that little extra park. And then 3 in a row. 1 and 2 and 1 more. The most helpful cue that's shared with me lately with this movement is setting up on that side of your body. Don't aim for your zipper, rather aim for that inside of the loaded leg.
Same thing, second side. So hike pass for 2, pulling to zipper. Think lat does this pull. Abs stay braced the whole time. 2 stop swings. At the top, punch in the stomach, punch in the butt. Plank tension. And now 3 continuous, keeping that shoulder packed the whole time, abs braced, and then park the bell with control.
Nice.
Second side.
So breaking down that swing lets you think about that list and those component parts. The hike pass for 2, a stop swing for 1, and then another one for 2 as well. And now add a little more continuous nature to that swing as you go 3 and 2, and always aiming to amplify that tension through the feet and through the grips.
As promised, back to our presses. This time, let's try for 2 in a row. Shake it out, mentally prepare. Heavy bell setup. Hip hinge, inhale, pull. 1, inhale down. 2, inhale down. Park bell. Whew. Very important part of those heavy presses is having that strong foundation to press off of. Your feet are rooted, your butt cheeks are squeezed, strong base, other side. Hinge grip, pull to rack. Up 1, inhale down. 2, inhale down, park bell.
Nice.
Take a second off.
Shake it out. So later in today's workout, we're working on the clean. So let's do 1 swing and park it, and follow with 1 clean and park it. And if you're not familiar with those terms, watch Lauren to see the difference. That is 1 swing out front. The clean is in tight. Do 1 more swing out front and park it, and maybe 1 or 2 more cleans in a row. And on the kettlebell clean, tight up the body. Nice continuous fashion there, Lauren. So same thing.
All right, 1 swing, pull, swing to chest height, park bell. A clean is a swing that ends in the rack, punch through, park. Same thing again, swing again out front, and park, use that hinge, swing clean. Now clean again from there, through, and rack, good. We're always using that hinge to get the bell back up to that rack position.
Right on. So we're gonna switch sides. This I go, you go pattern for rest, and it starts with 1 swing, and then a clean. You zip up your coat, it's cold out there, and stay nice and tight. The swing could be also very great for you. If you haven't done a lot of cleans yet, maybe spend some time on those swings coming up. That's a great set of reps there, Lauren. For the kettlebell clean, zipping up the body nice and tight.
All right, second side for Team Ian here.
Oh,
Swing.
there's only 1 side?
Yeah.
Oh.
Stop, swing, stop, clean. As you're doing this, you need a firm grip on your belly to not let it go, but you don't want to also waste energy over gripping that bell, especially on your clean. Firm enough, but then punch through, and then park with control.
Awesome.
All right, we have 1 more set of heavy presses, and we're going for the number 3. If the number 3 is not for you, there's 2 numbers below 3. Pick one of them. That's number 1 and 2. All right. First side, hip hinge, grip, pull. 1, butts and abs. 2, 3, ooh, and park. Nice. Shake it out. Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk.
Be tight, but be loose in between. And again, when you're ready to approach that bell, start with your brace, root the feet, firm up that grip. And when Lauren says go time, it's go time.
Go time.
Okay.
Root the feet. Inhale to pick up. Keep that brace. 1, inhale down. 2, inhale down. 3. Ooh, very good. And park, I don't think I'll be using that bell
Nice.
for the next routine.
The next routine integrates that squat. So let's do 1 clean into that rack's position, and then just 1 or 2 squats to get used to the rack. It'll be a clean and just 1 or 2 squats here. The elbow stays in tight. It's those rhomboids or shoulder muscles on the back to keep the bell in tight to the body.
I like to be efficient. 2's nice numbers. Pull to that rack so elbow stays in tight. Feel free to adjust your stance. If you clean from a different stance than you squat from, you're allowed to move. Just make it a purposeful move versus a willy-nilly sort of deal.
Everything planned. Go through that list and do the clean first. You might step in like Lauren did there. Let's do that 1 or 2 squats and checking in. How does the clean feel tonight? And how does the squat?
All right, 1 more time for Team Ian. And then we are ready for the combo. Good, and park with control. So last day, which was a week ago, we did 1s of this. Maybe I should tell you what this is. This is a clean, a squat, a stand up fully, and then a press.
Nice.
I go, you go. Or I go, you go. And then we do that on each side. Last week we did 1s, 2s, 3s.
2s, 1s.
2s, 1s. This week, dun, dun, dun.
Going
1s,
up a
2s,
little bit.
3s, 4s, 5s. Do get-ups and then done.
Yes.
Okay? I don't
So
want to
we're
lie
working
to
in
you.
this I go, you go way again. And I'm not using the heaviest bell that I was doing the press. This is my lighter of the 2 bells. So Lauren's team will go first with a clean, 1 squat, full extension of those kneecaps and hips. That's the press, and return it to the floor. Your rest is our go. We'll do the same thing.
So same rules apply here. If you need to adjust your feet, feel free. You'll notice that I probably adjust my feet when we get to those more presses. I need that narrower base to get more reps out. But for now, they don't move too much.
Yeah.
Choice is yours.
Yep. Stay rooted, but be happy with your choice and feel free to make that choice. So already that's a clean, a squat, and 1 press for Team Lauren on that second side. This completes round 1 once we do it.
As you're doing this squat, it's in the rack. You pull yourself down. You push the world down in a way to stand up. None of this just plop and plop. Be purposeful, use all your muscles.
No, plop.
2s. 2s look like this. Clean, clean, squat, squat, press, press.
Clean, clean, squat, squat, press, press. So it won't touch the floor until we're very done. And that's 2 cleans in a row, followed by 2 squats. It's the breath in on the down, and that tension up. Same thing for the press. As that kettlebell's coming down, inhale, and high tension as we press overhead.
Whew. All right, team in first arm. Clean, clean. And once it's in that rack, squat, squat. And press, press. Press off the screen. Boom. And boom. Noticing both of us did adjust our stance to do those. Oops, excuse me.
Yeah,
How
and I'm
rude.
even
2
playing with that
presses.
myself. Narrower base, feet touching together, the ultimate hardest. Somewhere between that and your super wide sumo stance is the perfect place for you, so find it out. As Lauren's team is doing that 3rd repetition squat. No, it's the second side, my mistake. 2 presses then as well, and then return to the floor. So let's do it, 2s, 2s, 2s of everything.
Clean, clean. Pull to rack. In between, we're shaking it out. We have all that tension as we're underneath that load, and we need to take some time to recover. Let the grip in the hands go. Breathe in and out the nose. Shake out the legs. Whew. Hulk style. Whew. Relax. All right.
Nice.
Round 3, 3
3,
Numbers.
3, 3.
reps.
So it's 3 reps of that clean. Hike past tight to the body. And at the back, the kettlebell is below the bum, but above those knees. In the squat, the armpit is retracted back through the shoulder blade. The forearm is mostly vertical and very tight to the body. On the press, the legs are locked out, the butt cheeks are squeezing, and that offhand of Lauren is also finding that tension for strength. After 3, 1 or 2 hands on the dismount, back to the floor. Enjoy your rest. Let's do it.
I don't know who chose the number 5. Thinking a little bit about it, but right now let's tackle the number 3. 1 number at a time. Pull to that rack. Burying yourself down. Ideally in our squat, we're trying to break parallel, getting the butt underneath the knees. If you're not there yet, that's fine. That's your ultimate goal. Work on that hip mobility, maybe Thursday night at the bar.
Oh yeah.
That's here. Not the real bar. The B-A-R-R-E.
The bar R-E. But until then, it's this bell. How are you feeling in your workout? Feel free to modify as you need. It could be just single arm deadlifts instead of the swing, or even just our bodyweight pretend versions of a loaded squat. Check in, take care, press if you're there, that's 1. Full tension, 2, that's 1 more. Of course it's there, and to the floor. Same thing.
Shaking it out, relaxing in between, getting ready here. Watching this round 3 of pulling down and standing up fully. When you're pressing, try not to rush it too much. Think all the way to that rack and then hoop, press. Stick it for 1 millisecond in each position just to show us you got it, and then park with control. All right, ding, ding, ding. Ooh, round 4.
Round 4. 4s of everything, progressing from last week. But if this is your first time practicing, maybe go back to that 1 or 2. Finish with integrity, finish with strength to do it again. Coming up very quick to the squat. 4 of those. Change your feet, toes out just slightly, as Lauren's alluded to. Pull yourself down and press yourself back up. Adjust as you need once more. 4 repetitions of the press. Pause for a millisecond in each position. Well done. So very challenging, but it gets that full move, and it also gives yourself a chance to set your anchor on the armpit.
And
Avoid
as
the
well,
shrug.
you don't be a cheater and pop out of that really quick. Harder, but better.
4s, first side.
4s, Team Ian. So remember, you're either with me and we're breaking, or you're with Ian and you're going. But no matter what, you had some time off. We like this I go, you go setting because it allows us that equal work to rest ratio. So we're taking approximately the same time off every time. And pause. Oh yeah, that's tricky, isn't it? Oh, yeah. And one last one. Look at those abs. Look at that off arm.
I try so hard with that off arm. Oftentimes it looks like a limp noodle, but we're trying to keep it nice and stiff, just like the rest of the body, for that safety and strength in your lifts. It's 4 cleans, and that's 4 really quick ones. And we pull ourselves down in the squat. Breath in, down, and find that core tension to safely and with strength power up. After 4 squats, it's 4 presses. I'm gonna take this opportunity to just slow down my breath, match your breath if you're with Lauren, and if you're recovering, in and out of the nose as much as you can. Nice and slow, and let's go.
Was it the second side? Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, for sure. So 4, right?
4s, yeah. And I'm going to take the opportunity to, I thought he was going to give an award speech there to thank my fans from Patreon and all those who like and subscribe to the channel. And those who finish this set with strength. Last set of 4 presses here. And then we have the ultimate peak. Dun, dun, dun. Number 5. But let's just focus on finishing this number 4 nice and strong. Whew. Take a break.
Nice. No, I'm not giving you any awards tonight, except for those who are here showing up, sticking out this long
Yeah,
in
we
the
did
workout.
both arms.
Yeah, we're on 5 now.
Sometimes I second guess
We're on
myself.
5. So take your second if you need it. Let's join Lauren for those 5 reps of a clean. And 2
Which is really 15 reps in one set.
in one set. Big number, one of the biggest numbers that we'll get to as we train together here. For strength, we like 1s and 3s, maybe even a 5. For power, more truly like 1. But this aerobic conditioning, somewhere between that 10 to 15 reps is often a really great place to be. Last set of presses on this side, finish strong. Find your favorite foot stance. Into that rack, super good there, Lauren. And maybe that last one.
Nope.
Ooh, 1 more. That's tough when your partner gets it wrong. But if anyone can do it, it's Lauren.
Whew. All right, that's a lot of reps there. Reps it is. There's also just time underneath that bell. So as Ian mentioned before, maybe if you found an alternative, you stand holding that bell in the rack position for the duration of our movements and just build up that tension and build up that strength and endurance to stay under the bell for that length of time. Here it is, 5 presses. You think it's all going well. And then your heart rate gets up. And then you have to do 5 presses. So still use your breath. Use all the tension you have in your body. You have an off arm, you have thighs, you have cheeks, you have a core. Use it.
But also respect the challenge and the workout to regress. 5 repetitions of the clean. If you're with Lauren, tie your breath to your move. That's inhale down and on the up. For us, recovering in slow, out slower. Control that breath, embrace that challenge, but give yourself that feedback. It's okay. Lauren's team is finishing super strong here. 3 presses, 2 more. Awesome. Full body tension on full display.
All right, team in 5s. 4. Still use your hinge. Still use your breath. Still keep. You should have just as much in each move as you did in round 1. If you don't and you're getting tired, lessen the reps. Work smarter. Breathe. And here we go, 5 presses. And it's tight. 4. I still tried to do that extra little pause. It's so hard, but try hard. Nice. And last one. Whew. And then dismount gracefully. Excellent. Well, I'll take a second, shake that out.
Nice.
Now, if you rewind the program, you would have heard me say that we have to finish with the get up. We don't have to.
Yeah,
But I'd
we
recommend
choose
it.
to. We choose
So let's
to.
just do 1 get up on each side with whichever kettlebell you would like.
Excellent.
Okay? Make sure it's a nice, safe rep,
Yeah.
smooth. We'll come down to the floor. We'll start in that cuddle, or maybe you just stay in the cuddle. That's fine too. But here we go. 1 get up on this side, pressing to the elbow, then the hand, and the bridge and sweep. Pressing away, squaring up, tensioned up, and last get up down on this side. Looking up at that bell as you rotate underneath it, finding the elbow, keeping the shoulder packed, pressing, and always finishing with control. Letting that go, spinning around. Last rep here today, and then we'll finish with a little breath before we go for dinner, or dinner.
So we're back here in that cuddle, and we'll roll and press, commit to the hip drive. Push through the foot, squish the bug to the tall sit. We bridge and sweep, press the floor away through the windmill, square up the lunge, tall tension to stand, and then back down with a pull. Look at the bell as you rotate and sweep. Find the elbow and to the back. 2 hands, cuddle down. Very specific movements for that get up, but right now, find a way to get standing nice and safe. And as Lauren said, we'll just finish with a nice breathing drill.
So 1 hand on belly, 1 hand on chest. Let's try to make that belly hand. Sometimes I like to hold right here. And thinking about expanding that rib cage diaphragm on each and every in and exhale. So inhale, it expands. Exhale, it contracts. Or does something, pushes up, pushes down. Inhale and exhale. Now let's take a big inhale for 4, 3, 2, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2. Repeat again. In for 4, out for 4. Adding on a little bit more. In for 4. Hold your breath for 4. Exhale for 4. In for 4. Hold. In more. And exhale. Hold empty. 1 more round. In 4. Hold 4. In more 4. Hold 4. Exhale. 1 more time, hold empty. And relax. How did those sides move? One side move better than the other?
Filling up.
Filling up both sides.
Filling up. Love it.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I had a great time. I hope you did too.
Always do.
If you'd like to support us, check out our Patreon page or website, or even just like and subscribe to our channel.
There's a newsletter on our website. Every 2 weeks, you'll get links to live episodes like this and archived links as well. So thank you for being here. And until we train our bar for mobility on Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we want you to take care, stay strong, and let's train soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Oh, 100 people.